Namaste. Welcome to today's reading of the Mayan Oracle. And today is Moon Kawak, Black Magnetic Storm. And the stones that represent Kawak are purple fluorite. We have a little bit of purple fluorite here. And they're on loan to us today from the Eternal Temple, our spiritual shop and spiritual learning center here in Oneida at 148 Madison Street. And we are blessed again today to have Brother Ukimi to read the magical child poem of Kawak for us. Thank you, Brother Ukimi.
Thank you. I am Kawak, initiation of fire on the water, purple flaming pyre and winnowing rain of final surrender. If you seek my rapture, my unspeakable passion for wholeness will purify you, searing the very foundations on which you have built your most cherished illusions. Have you come to the edge of who you now know yourself to be? Step into the abyss of the unknown. The intensity of your feelings will propel you through the apparent wall of your tomb of separation from Source. There, leaving in the lambent waters, prepare for a sacred reunion with the self that cannot be destroyed, even when lightning strikes. Summoned I am by your essence to clear and purify all that is not needed in the creation of the sacred ground of your light body. I come to release that part of your latent power that has not been fully freed into love. Do you stand willing to surrender everything to become all that you appear not yet to be? Will you step consciously into the initiatory flames of transmutation to be consumed by the fire of love? You are changed forever. There is no return. I am the purple thunder being who brings total transformation. I am the single moment impacted with a piercing blow, lightning quick, bearing the energy necessary to snap you from the trance, shattering the structuring of your reality. When you stand so close to truth as to dance in the intensity of my fires, my energies will quicken your being into preparation for ascension, going home. I offer you freedom from vibrational density. Cling not to this or that, for nothing will remain after the storm and the fire, save the beauty, ecstasy, and perfect naked truth of who you are as a light being. I am Kawak. Ask nothing less of me. I am born of unity to claim its own. How palpable is your trust in the pattern of perfection? How powerful is your commitment to rebirth? How real is your faith to pilgrimage into the realm of the unknown? To what would you cling in my fiery vortex? After the heat of surrender, I will usher you into the cooling waters and the ecstasy of your true identity. Would you resist or cling? Come to me. Out of the ashes of transformation, the phoenix of your God self will rise, and you, refined to whiteness, will ascend like the sweet curling smoke of my fires into resplendent freedom.
That was beautiful, Brother Ukimi. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The tone for today is Hoon, the first tone, the tone of unity. Open your heart in unconditional love as a chalice for individual essence. Let the sacrament of unity be served in you. The qualities that describe the unity of Hoon are unconditional love, the one heart, indivisible essence, core vibration, new beginnings, chalice of the infinite, and all that is. Hoon is the ray of unity with self and source. Call forth the resonance of your true vibration. Feel the pulse of the ecstatic frequency of the One. You are being offered profound awakenings and exquisite radiance of unconditional love. This is a time of new beginnings in your life. Be active in your individual expression, committed to the growth of your essence self. You contain the paradox of the separate self and the unity with the one. You are simultaneously the primal point of beginning and the crowning culmination. You are the initiator. You are the one who opens the way. You may feel alone or separated from Source. If so, stand in the unity of your essence self and focus on the reality of the one heart. You are the wisdom that you seek. The solar frequency for today is Kuak. And the qualities that describe Kuak are purification, transformation, reunion, light body, activation of ascension, thunder beings, lightning path, initiation by fire, and ecstasy of freedom. Kuak is the initiation by fire, the lightning path, the arrival of the thunder beings who bring the final transformation. To the Maya, Kuak represents the storm, the thundercloud full of purifying rain, and the lightning that shatters any false structures of reality. Kuak is the purification of the light body temple and the ignition of the light body. In these last years of a 26,000 year Mayan grand cycle, Kuak comes to help you in the disintegration process that moves you from separation to ascension. This initiation by fire breaks any false containers of self that cannot withstand the flame of transmutation. Only your true identity will live through these fires, for you will be reborn in the heart of all that is. Kuak provides the water that purifies and quenches your spiritual thirst. In this state of consciousness, you stand willing to surrender everything. You give up what you seem to be in order to become fully what you actually are. You step into the fires of the unknown, and you are changed forever. With the energy of Kuak, you may at first feel as though your life is not working the way it used to. Old ways of coping may not suffice, and simple perceptions may take on different meanings. You might find yourself saying, "I'm feeling overwhelmed. I am just not sure about anything anymore." You may even feel as though you are having a breakdown within the pattern of your old beliefs. But in the new myth, breakdown becomes breakthrough. You have simply come to the wall, the edge of what you know yourself to be. Allow Kuak's storm to purify and cleanse you. Kuak catalyzes and prepares your nervous system and circuitry for complete transformation. It is the electromagnetic storm that transmutates and cleanses and clears and quickening your physical, mental, emotional, and etheric bodies. As you become aligned with the descending energies and evolve in consciousness, your body's vibration is raised, becoming less dense. Your new alignment ignites and quickens the process that transforms your shadows of the past, including experiences, judgments, thought forms, and old patterns that have held you back. As you move into the new vibration, you may feel off balance. In this transformational shift, you will feel unusual quickenings in every level of your being. You will sense emotional and physical imbalances and restructuring. Your issues will be catalyzed and brought out for you to address. Be, uh, oh, by being present with your old patterns, you have a unique opportunity to access the energy of Kawak, which is experienced in an inner transformational storm, a natural part of the process of vibrational shift and quickening. Whether you are experiencing these changes consciously or unconsciously, the vibrational change is adjusting your energy patterns to accommodate the flow of a larger light. These new frequencies feed you on every level of your being. As your transformation process, you quickly become aware of the unconscious material you still need to process. No longer can you escape the effects of your belief system. Fears and negative images can all be felt very quickly. The transformation is experienced as it were happening from the inside out. Things seem to cook within inside you. Your innate resonance with these energies may bring on some intense experiences. For example, you may experience unusual brain sensations as the light-sensitive pituitary and pineal glands are activated. You may also experience ringing in the ears, muscles and joint aches, and nervous system disorders, as well as tingling heart waves and heart palpitations. You may even undergo skin reactions and altered sleep patterns. Though the intensity may at times feel overwhelming, your heart knowing will tell you the difference between these experiences and real health concerns. These changes stem from the heightened frequencies of light in your system and in the natural part of the process of ascension. If you judge, deny, or resist your process, you may actually amplify these sensations. Avoid labeling them as pain or discomfort. Take care of yourself. Seek guidance and support wherever, whatever will ease your mind and physical process. This may include supplements, herbs, massage, exercise, psychological support, and so forth. Gently allow your body-mind its transformation and rejoice that this alignment is happening. Offer your experience to Spirit. In return, Spirit will give you the wisdom for your perfect evolvement. One powerful technique that will help you in your transformation and purification process is to meditate. Open yourself to Spirit and infuse your entire being with light and love. This may sound simple, but it can have a profound result. You are creating the sacred ground where your physical form meets your light body. Much like gestation and birth, it is a process that, once begun, has its innate unfoldment. You are in the process of crafting a light body, which interpenetrates your light seals and chakras and your system. It is created through ignition and expansion of interstellar light within the subatomic level of your cells. The process involves a physical quickening and electromagnetic acceleration and restructuring. This transformation is activated every aspect of your being, all the way down to the cellular and genetic level. Remember that you have chosen to take part in this rebirth, both on a planetary and personal level. The planetary dream, the miracle on earth, is what brought you here. You are becoming a living model of the new reality. As an emissary of the great change, you are a transformer of the collective myth. Riding the crest of the wave, you are traveling both outward and inward on your journey home. For yourself and for all those who will follow you after also. A simple catalyst for this catapulting force is the integration of duality within you. The personal integration of shadows is what will create the miracle. Personal shadow is simply what or that which is separated from the full light of consciousness. By integrating shadow, you are freed from delusion of right and wrong, good and evil. Shadow provides an opportunity for you to bring in all of your expanded essence. Another useful construct in the new paradigm of Kawak is known as pulsation flux, which is the oscillation of consciousness as a unified wave between infinite and finite worlds, and between matter and energy. The energy or consciousness of this wave is what actually creates and holds physical reality together. Pulsation flux is usually not perceived except in transcendent and experiences because you generally perceive yourself as solid matter. However, before the veil of separation descended, you could move between identities and deity at will, consciously functioning in two realities at once. In fact, your essence self functions in all valences and realities right now. By consciously aligning with this flow, you can similarly operate with awareness in all realities. You have an intrinsic and eternal connection to the infinite. Kawak offers a vibrational metamorphosis, a release from density, and a liberation from the illusion of separation. Jose Arguelles describes density as the inability to perceive with the whole body the harmonic frequency and their overtones. Through, though physical and non-physical realities appear to be separate, they are actually part of a unified wave, a pulse of the Zavuya, the circuit by which all things return to themselves. In your connection with this wave, you are timeless and one with all things, experiencing the reality of I am that I am. As you expand into a new vibrational paradigm, old constructs of reality fall away. For example, you may presently believe that your dream life is separate from your waking life. Don't be surprised if you discover leaky margins between these two realities. In the new reality construct, you are consciously dreaming your personal myth and the larger meta-myth into existence. As the veil between the worlds thins, universal interconnectedness reveals itself more clearly. Pardon me. In this time, you are being given many new reality constructs and transitional models. The Mayan Oracle is one such model. Another is the concept of dissipative structures. A dissipative structure is an open system that transforms anything that contains, limits, or defines it. The more coherent and complicated the structure becomes, the more the more unstable it becomes. The more stable it becomes, the more it calls for transformation. Consciousness is just such a structural metaphor that is calling for transformation. As your consciousness becomes catalyzed, narrow, and complex, it invites the process of dissipation or dissipation to unravel and break it free. As you travel the spiral vortex of light, expanding into ever-widening realms of truth, your catalyzed energy breaks down the transcending forms. This process can be very intense, but if you embrace it, you can be transformed into a freed adventurer, a divine actor who can play any part without becoming attached to it. Notice that Kuok's star glyph takes the form of a treasure map, a trail or thread that to follow on the return path home. Kuok is an arm of the sacred spiral whose trail touches the seed of the sun. Inherent in it are the fires of purification and initiation, light body activation for ascension, and the ecstasy of freedom. Meditate on this glyph for further realization. The number for Kuok is 19, where universal forces of greater cycles meet on the cosmic playing field of evolution. This combination of dots and bars represents the divine timing of evolutionary cycles. Kuok's color is deep purple, which represents devotion and consciousness clothed in the robes, in the royal robes of the light body. It symbolizes being able to fly while yet in the robes of incarnation, dancing as divinity. Purple is also a symbol of the inner storm and the thunder beings that are assisting you in your process of transformation. The shadow of Kawak. Our planet is in the last part of a grand cycle of Kawak, where the shadow becomes, where the shadow between the paths of heart and mind amplifies any separation. As predicted in Hopi philosophy, the path of the mind is now separating even further from the path of the heart. As the gap between heart and mind widens, that part of you that follows the intellectual, rational path is being intensified and pushed into transformation. In the shadow of Kawak are held issues of spiritual separation. Kawak bridges the time, and space between physical and non-physical realities. This space can be viewed as a wall or veil between you and your Creator. The intensity of your desire to go home is often met with equal force from the collective belief in separation. At times, you may even experience a sense of despair and helplessness over the apparent gap between you and Spirit. Take courage. You will move through the wall. During this process, you may encounter intense feelings related to the original trauma of separation from Source. But equally intense feelings will take you through the wall to sacred reunion on the other side. On this journey, you will meet and deal with the charge of that part of your power that has been freed into love. And in your yearning for your spiritual home, you will be assisted by ascended beings and masters whose purpose is to aid you in your return. A prominent shadow of Kawak is the fear of loss, the fear that by jumping into the unknown, you will lose everything: companions, loved ones, attachments, possessions, perhaps even your body or mind. Kawak is the crucible of revolution. This transformation is so inclusive that you may be reluctant to take risks for fear of the depth of change. You may even have feelings of despair and giving up. Though it can appear frightening, this process is actually there to serve you, to magnify your feelings until you address them, using them as fuel to propel you through the transformational barriers itself. Another shadow of Kawak falls on those who seek to escape the transformational earthly reality through addictions of all kinds, to substances, to fear, self-doubt, mental comforts, relationships, sexual obsession, and work, among other things. Addictions are like incomplete rites of passage, where compulsive behavior creates a feeling of being trapped rather than being free. They may offer the appearance of freedom, but only spiritual connection can offer true freedom. On the other hand, the desire for a new or altered state can become an indirect spiritual path leading to transcendence. Thus, the escape is incomplete. Yet, it eventually brings one to the opportunity of a profound transformation. An illusion you may have about yourself are magnified intensely through the lens of Kawak. When you experience separation from spirit, love, question of essence, self, and issues of archetypical self-worth arise, this separation springs from a basic denial of your oneness with spirit. Denial can be seen as consciously or unconsciously holding something away from yourself, and it creates an energy loss and a feeling of disconnection from your potential. However, that which feels like it has been lost returns when you forgive it yourself. Accept your human process, freeing the power and potential that has been locked in your fear-based emotions. Accept your behavior as part of your learning experience. Let go of the rigid belief system and judgments that hold denial in place. Acceptance is the allowance that creates freedom, and separation is the guide to union. You may tend to deny your feelings and your growth process, thinking that you are above them or have already worked through them. This denial amplifies and intensifies the feelings until they become until they come into awareness. Know that the intensity of your process is also healing your cellular and genetic memory, as well as the collective issues of humanity on the planet. Simply accept the truth of your experience, no matter how intense or difficult it may seem. Embrace everything that happens to you, and you will regain all the vital energy that can be applied to the purpose of evolution. The harmonic wisdom. The harmonic wisdom embodied in Kuak is freedom, which can be defined as the state of being unconstrained by fate, karma, necessity, or circumstances in one's choice or actions. Freedom is an open reality wherein you know that what you are that you know that you are at choice at every moment. This state of being originates from an innate perception of reality. It is the understanding that you are a so-called actor, freed to play any part at any moment without being attached to it. You work with your life's so-called script, your attachments and perceptions, in order to free them. From this perspective comes the fullest freedom, learning to live in natural harmony and union with divine will. In music, this concept is expressed by the term plaisir, which means at the pleasure of the performer. As a divine actor, aligned with divine will, you are free at any moment to dance the dance of ecstasy. The musical descriptor of this harmonic is shenza, senza, meaning without measure. This refers to a composition that has the feeling of freedom. Since all limitations and separations are illusionary, freedom is without measure. Let us meditate on Hum Kawak, black magnetic storm, for a little while.